Next one is differences between the chain growth polymerization means what addition polymerization and step growth polymerization. That means condensation polymerization, right? These are the what differences. There are three differences are present in this between what addition polymerization and condensation polymerization. Addition polymerization is also strict what chain growth polymerization, right? So in the chain growth polymerization, it is preceded by chain reaction mechanism. Chain reaction mechanism means what it consists of chain initiation, chain propagation, chain termination will be involved. But this is preceded by equilibrium step of mechanism. Equilibrium step of mechanism will be takes place. Why? So two molecules of reactants combine together to form what a product. Both are equilibrium state means what both forward reaction and backward reaction will be takes place. It is preceded by equilibrium step of the mechanism. Second difference is only one repeating unit is added at every time. So in the addition polymerization, only one repeating unit is added at every time. But in this case, any two species can react with each other at the elimination of some byproducts. Any stage, any two species can react. Any two species can react with each other and with the elimination of some byproducts. Then the reaction mixture contains only monomers and polymers, and the chain growing the chain. Only monomers and polymers are there. There is a growing of chain will be takes place. But here all the molecular species are present at every stage. All the molecular species are present at the every stage. That means what reactants and products will be there at every stage. First step, second step, third step, both reactants must be present. These are the differences between the chain growth polymerization and step growth polymerization. In the chain growth polymerization, both reactants and polymers are present so that length of the chain will be increased. But in the step growth polymerization, at every step, all the reactants must be present. All the reactants must be present at every stage of the polymerization. First step, polymer is formed. Next step, polymer is also formed. But reactants must be present. That is the difference between the chain growth polymerization and step growth polymerization. Students, after discussing about the polymerization and polymerization mechanisms, types of polymerizations, then we have to discuss about the molecular mass of polymers. How molecular masses can be derived. There are two ways are there. Number average molecular mass of the polymer. It is denoted by mu or n, m bar n. And weight average molecular mass. Weight average molecular mass is denoted by m bar w, right? There are two ways to express the molecular mass of the polymer. To express the molecular mass of the polymer, we have two methods are there. Number average molecular mass and weight average molecular mass. What is the number average molecular mass? The ratio of total mass of the polymer by number of molecules is said to be number average molecular mass. This can be obtained by the equation m bar n is equal to sigma ni mi by sigma ni. So that equal to here ni will be obtained by multiplying by getting addition of n1, n2, n3. Mi is obtained m1, m2, m3 plus so on. By sigma ni means what number of molecules n1 plus n2 plus n3 so on. This number average molecular mass can be measured by osmotic pressure method. can be determined by osmotic pressure method. Right, understand? Then let us go to weight average molecular mass of the polymer. Weight average molecular mass of the polymer is defined as the product obtained by multiplying of molecular mass of each molecule with weight of molecules to the total mass of the polymer, to the total mass of the polymer. Mass of the, it is obtained by the product, it is obtained by the product multiplying the molecular mass of each molecule with weight of each molecule to the total mass of the polymer is said to be what? Weight average molecular mass. Weight average molecular mass denoted by m bar W is equal to Ni m1 square plus n2 nm2 square plus n3 square plus so on by n1 m1 plus n2 m2 plus n3 m3 so on. So finally we will get, this is the what our required formula, sigma mu bar W is equal to sigma Ni mi square by sigma Ni mi. This is the way to calculate the weight average molecular weight of polymer. Then this weight average molecular mass of the polymer can be obtained, can be determined by scattering or ultracentrifugation method. Right, understand? This is the way to express the molecular mass of the polymer. Right, understand? Students, let us go to discuss about the polydispersity index. Polydispersity index is defined as the ratio of weight average molecular mass to the number average molecular mass. Number average molecular mass and weight average molecular mass ratio is said to be what? Polydispersity index. So it is defined as the ratio between the weight average molecular mass of the polymer by number average molecular mass of the polymer. So PDI is equal to mu bar W, m bar W by m bar N. This polydispersity index values lies in between 1 to 5, 1 to 1.5, 1 to 1.5, right, understand? For natural polymers, PDI value is equal to 1. That means these two values are equal. If the PDI value is equal to 1, then we will get mu bar m bar W is equal to m bar N. For synthetic polymers, it will be greater than 1. Therefore, m bar W is greater than m bar N. Right, understand? This is regarding about the polydispersity index. Polydispersity index is defined as the ratio between the weight average molecular mass to number average molecular mass of the polymer is called polydispersity index. This polydispersity index value lies in between 1 to 1.5. For natural polymers, PDI value is equal to 1. That means what? Weight average molecular mass is equal to number average molecular mass. For synthetic polymers, PDI value is greater than 1. That means weight average molecular mass is greater than number average molecular mass. Right? Students, last video we discussed about the polymerization reaction, polymerization and polymerization types. So polymerization types are what? Addition polymerization or chain growth polymerization, and second one is the what? Condensation polymerization or step growth polymerization. This addition polymerization can be takes place in two ways. One is the ionic mechanism. Second one is a free radical mechanism. So ionic mechanism is explained, cationic polymerization and anionic polymerization we explained in the last video. Now we are going to start the addition polymerization through free radical mechanism. Free radical mechanism. So free radicals, free radical mechanism, free radical mechanism. So addition polymerization can be takes place through free radical mechanism. You know that free radicalism or the odd electron species are called free radicals. So alkenes in the presence of peroxides, benzyl peroxide, acetyl peroxide, hydrogen peroxide, in the presence of peroxides, they follow the free radical mechanism, and polymerization will be takes place. Suppose I want to take n moles of CH2 double bond CH2, n moles of CH2 double bond CH2 in the presence of peroxides, in the presence of peroxides, then you will get polythene is formed, C2 single bond CH2 taken n times. This is the polythene formation in the presence of peroxide through free radical mechanism. This free radical mechanism, peroxides means what? Benzyl peroxide. I want to take an example. Benzyl peroxide, acetyl peroxide, like that. So this mechanism, free radical mechanism, takes place in 3 steps. First one is chain initiation step. Chain initiation step, right? This in this step, benzyl peroxide I want to write C6H5 CO OCO C6H5. This is the benzyl peroxide. Then in the presence of sunlight, it undergoes homolytic cleavage. Then you will get here 2 moles of C6H5 COO free radical. Again it undergoes loss of water, carbon dioxide. Then you will get phenyl free radicals. Phenyl free radical plus 2 moles of CO2, right? This is the first formation of phenyl free radical. This is the chain initiation step. Second step is chain propagation step. In this step, this phenyl free radical combines with the alkene. This phenyl free radical combines with the alkene to form another free radical. So C6H5 free radical plus alkene CH2 double bond CH2. Then you will get here C6H5 CH2 single bond CH2 free radical, right? This is the chain. This molecule again reacts with 1 mole of alkene to form another free radical like this. So C6H5 CH2 taken n times CH2 free radical, right? Understand? Then last step is chain termination process. Chain termination, that means two free radicals combines together to form a neutral molecule. Then chain reaction will be stopped in the chain termination step. So I want to write C6H5 CH2 single bond CH2 taken n times CH2 CH2 free radical. This one is taken, then we will get here C6H5 CH2 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 CH double bond CH2 by loss of one proton, by loss of one proton, then chain termination reaction will be takes place. So this is the free radical mechanism for addition polymerization reactions. Addition polymerization reaction takes place through free radical mechanism in the presence of peroxides. This free radical mechanism will be takes place in three stages: chain initiation step, chain propagation, chain termination. Right, understand? Chain termination step. This is the third step of what a chain reaction mechanism. In the chain termination step, the two free radicals are combined together to form a neutral molecule. So here 2C6H5 CH2 CH2 taken n times CH2 single bond CH2 free radical is 2 moles combined together to form a neutral molecule. This is the chain termination step. Next type of polymerization is condensation polymerization. Condensation polymerization or step growth polymerization. In this polymerization, which the polymerization occurs stepwise manner with the elimination of small molecules like HCl, NH3, H2O and ROH. By elimination of smaller molecules like HCl, NH3, H2O, ROH is called condensation polymerization. Condensation polymerization means what? The polymerization occurs in such a manner that step growth polymerization. Step growth means what? Each step the polymer will be formed. Step growth polymerization, which occurs stepwise manner with the elimination of small molecules like NH3, HCl, H2O or OH. Example for this condensation polymerization is nylon 6,6 phenol and formaldehyde resin, terylene or Bracton, Buna S and Buna N. Suppose I want to take the example terylene or Dacron or polyethylene terephthalate or PET, polyethylene terephthalate, right? This terylene is formed by the combination of n moles of ethylene glycol, formula CH2OH, CH2OH, right? And one more molecule here, n moles of terephthalic acid. Terephthalic acid means COOH with benzene ring at fourth position is also having carboxylic acid. This is the what? Terephthalic acid. Terephthalic acid, right? This one is the what? Ethylene glycol. So both are combined and with the elimination of OH of H of glycol and OH of carboxylic acid to form a what? Polymer, to form a molecule OH CH2 here C double bond O, here benzene ring, here also C double bond O. Here we have to take n times, n moles are taken, so this one H is also not there. Then here Dacron is formed. Dacron means what? Polyethylene terephthalate. This is the what? Ethylene molecule CH2, and this one is the terephthalate. Right? Understand? This is the what? Stepwise the reaction will be takes place. Hence, this polymerization is called what? Step growth polymerization. The condensation polymerization means what? The polymerization occurs in such a manner that stepwise with the elimination of small molecules like HCl, NH3, H2O or COOH is said to be what? Condensation polymerization. So the example for condensation polymerization is nylon 6,6. It is formed by hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid, phenol and formaldehyde reagent, and terylene. Buna S, Buna N. Buna S is the what? Styrene and 1,3 butadiene. And here acrylonitrile and 1,3 butadiene. Right? Understand? So the formation of terylene I explained very clearly. Okay.